Guys, what is up? This is your boy Oli back again for episode 65 of the YTM show. And if you don't know me, if this is the first time you're coming across this podcast or this video or whatever it is, first of all, man, nice to meet you. And it's a pleasure for me to obviously grab a few seconds of your time, maybe a few minutes, who knows. My name is Oli, and what I do, I help guys get in the best shape of their life. That's pretty much what I do. That's what my whole purpose is right now. And every day, I come out here and I try to share some value with you by the means of this podcast. It could be anything, literally anything which is going to impact your happiness. I mean, it could be training, nutrition, and today is Mondays, and every Monday, what I do is what I call Mindset Monday. So it's a show where we talk a bit about mindset, about like things which affect your mind, how you deal with things happening in your life. So quite a few things we're going to be covering today. And by the way, this is season 2 of the YTM show. So if this is the first time you're coming across me, please check the link in the comment, check the link in my bio, subscribe, because every day literally I release a new show. So this is gonna be another show. Tomorrow there will be another show which is going to be about training. On Wednesday there's going to be a show about nutrition. On Thursday there will be an interview on the podcast. On Friday we're talking relationship and all this kind of stuff. So be sure to subscribe and really make sure that you stay up to date with it, man. That's all it is. Season 2, episode 65. And I mean, today is Monday, so we're supposed to be talking about mindset. And something happened last night, and I wanted to come and share that with you guys. I woke up last night at half three in the morning. And now what happened is, I mean, I went to bed pretty early. I think around 9:30, 10 o'clock I was passed out. And my goal, of course, was to wake up at 3:30. Now, I've been fighting to wake up at 3:30. I mean, I know that every day I wake up that early, I make gains, I win in terms of business, in terms of time. So I always try to wake up that early. I mean, I get to train very early. I get to spend time with my son in the morning and all this kind of stuff. So I went to bed last night, and when I went to bed, I told myself, you know what? I'm going to wake up tomorrow, start the Monday fresh, start the Monday strong, wake up at 3:30. And then it gets to 3:30, man. And then I just wake up, and I'm just sitting there. I literally tried everything. Everything you could think of. I start watching YouTube videos. Didn't work. Try to find a boring movie. Didn't work. I kind of like start to get interested in the movie by itself. I went on Instagram. I wasted some time on Instagram last night around 2:30, just scrolling through pictures, looking at people, what they're getting up to, and still it didn't work. And so I was up from 3:30 all the way to 4, and I was like, holy shit, this is gonna be a tough day, you know. I was thinking to myself, like, why am I that up? And I was thinking, I'm up because I've got that belly in my fire. I mean, I got that fire in my belly, okay? I had a pretty packed agenda today. I had a lot of things to do, people to call, people to see, and all these kind of things. And that was kind of like what kept me up, because I just kept on thinking of the implications of those meetings, of those calls and everything. And it kept me up all night. So one of the things, which like kind of like keep you jacked, keep you motivated, is having things to look forward to. Like, you know, when you go on holidays, I mean, we've all been on holidays at some point. When we go on holidays, what happens is at some point, you kind of like, you're really excited. I mean, the night before your holidays, like most people actually don't sleep properly. They kind of stay up till late, or probably wake up very early. And that's what happened to me yesterday. And the reason for that was because I had this fire in my belly. I was looking forward to something. So one of the first things I want to share with you today is, do you have something you look forward to literally every single day? Because here's the thing, I mean, waking up at 3:30 in the morning is pretty scary. I talked about this before, but waking up that early is extremely scary. It's a fight. Like every single morning when I wake up and I look at my phone and it's 3:30, and I'm like, shit, what the fuck is happening to me? Why am I doing this? Because it's extremely hard. I mean, it's cold, it's dark, everybody's sleeping, the whole place is quiet. I feel like I want to go back to sleep, but just getting that victory as soon as I wake up makes a massive difference for me. And you could be waking up at any time, by the way. You could be waking up at 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever it is. For me, it's 3:30 simply because I want to get my training done by the time my son is up. And that way, like by 8 o'clock after I drop him off in nursery, I get more time to myself, more time to my business and stuff like that. So that's the reason why I wake up at 4:30. It's hard, it's a fight, and I'm going to tell you that I'm not always winning that fight. There are days where I don't want to do it. There are days where actually I don't even look at my phone or like set up an alarm for it. I mean, right now I've reached the stage where if I need to wake up at 4:30, I don't need to have an alarm for it. I just need to put my mind onto it, have something I'm looking forward to, like for the next day, and literally, that will be it. I will be like ready to go, really pumped, really fired. And I got a few messages this morning, because I wake up at I think at 4:30 and I put something on my story. If you're not following me on Instagram, you should. It's at Olivier Kili. So I woke up and I put a story, I think around 4:30, and I put like fighting. And somebody sent me a message saying like, why are you waking up that early? And it's hard to explain things like that to people because they don't understand why you're doing certain things. So I was telling him that, well, you know what, I like to do that because it gives me a head start on my day. I mean, the simple reason why I'm up at 4:30 is because, well, my son is up probably around 7, half 7. So that way, when I'm up that early, I get more time to myself. And the second thing is, I kind of like pack my day. I really strive to have like a really full day, literally every single day, like with things to do. Even like spending time with my son, with my family is accounted for. That's kind of like the freak I'm aiming to be. And I'm not always winning in this battle. There are times where it's shit. There are times where I'm like super lazy. I don't want to do anything. So I don't want to come here and just kind of like talk down to you. I just literally want to open up about like how I do things. So so I got this DM this morning about me waking up that early, and I was like, dude, the reason I'm trying to get up early is because I've got shitload of things to do. And the reality is I've got a lot of things to do. I mean, if you're looking at for example, a simple thing like the production of the podcast, which usually takes around 30 minutes, and the post-production of a podcast takes around 2 to 3 hours. So that's already 3 hours knocked out of my day. And then you're going to be looking at things like, okay, training myself, training clients, which takes again 4 to 5 hours most of the time, and then spending time with the family, and then sending emails, doing the marketing things. These things take time, and because right now in my business it's me and my partner, and we kind of like expanding. By the way, if you're looking for a job, we're hiring. If you got some sort of sales experience, hit me up in the email. I think you've got my email on Instagram, you've got my email on the podcast as well. Hit me up. I'm hiring for somebody to do a bit of sales, follow up, and book some appointments for me. That will be very, very useful. So if you're looking for a job, send me your email and also a video of yourself telling me like why you think that you can all this kind of shit. I mean, I'm going to put a link about it somewhere in the description of this video. But again, I want to come back to the point of like having that fire in your belly, and then that's a big thing, man. I mean, most people want to stay in bed, laying all day long because they got nothing to look forward to. I mean, when you're going on holidays, if you got to go on holidays tomorrow, I guarantee you that you're not going to sleep that early. That's one, and then two, you're going to be up very early, unless you've been drinking the night before. But you're going to be up very early because you've got something to look forward to. So in your life right now, it could be fitness, work, whatever it is. What are you looking forward to? Like, you know, like every single morning when I wake up and it's 4:30 and it's dark and it's cold and I'm looking around, I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? I look forward to the moment where actually I manage to get up, like put my foot down out of my bed, and I'm like, yeah, that's the first victory of the day. Because for me, I strive on momentum, which is like having victories after victories. From the moment I manage to get up that early, it's a big victory for me. It's a massive, massive win. And I believe that you should kind of like have those small wins, and they make a massive difference. I've got the Rise journal here. I think those guys on Instagram can see it. But what I do in my journal, literally at the end of every day, I write down like, what are my wins? Like, what did I do right today? What did I do wrong today? What am I looking forward to? So those are the kind of things which kind of like keeps me pumped, and it's easily transferable when it comes to the gym stuff. I mean, I know how hard it is to wake up in the morning, but at the same time, I know as well that, you know, the moment I get to the gym, actually the moment I step out of the house and I step into my car, I mean, it's game on. I'm alive because I step into the gym after 5 minutes of stretching, doing whatever I'm doing. I'm energized again. And by the time I finish, it's usually around half 6, 7 o'clock. Like, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm ready to attack my day. And then that momentum carries on throughout the day. So you want to really start thinking like, okay, what am I looking forward to? I mean, if you're working somewhere, um, and you're really looking forward to go to your job because you want to see your, I don't know, your colleagues or your friends or whatever it is, that you need to have something to look forward to, like literally every single day, man. And that's why I keep saying that motivation is kind of an inside job, because I mean there's only that many motivational quotes you can read online, that many tweets, that many whatever it is. There's only that many. At some point you'll have to do it yourself, and that's how I do it myself. I'm literally like finding that fire in my belly so that I can actually show up every single day. And I'm doing it for myself because I want to be a better person. I'm doing it for the people I'm helping because they're looking up to me, and I'm doing it for my family as well because I need to be an excellent father. I need to be a role model to my son and a great partner to my fiancée. So this is like, in a nutshell, what I want to share with you is like, think about what kind of fire you have right now. There must be something, man. I mean, if you haven't got goals or ambitions or things you're looking forward to, man, you're in trouble. I mean, if you just live just for the sake of living, well, you know. I mean, there are some people like that, and I was debating with my partner earlier, and then we're talking about like, you know, sometimes the world needs people who don't have a purpose. I mean, we need them, and I was saying like everybody should strive to at least do something. You know, look forward to something. It could be literally anything. And I know so many people who have wild dreams. They want to achieve big things, but they never take that leap of faith. They never start moving around and everything. So my biggest advice this morning, I mean, for this Mindset Monday, is find that fire in your belly, man. Like, find it. On other news, yesterday there was a big event yesterday. Ross Edgley, I don't know if you know him, but I'm going to put, I think, yeah, I've posted a picture of me and Ross on my Instagram. I met him at Body Power. I mean, massive fan of what he's doing. I mean, the dude is crazy, man. I mean, before that, he's been doing some pretty crazy shit. I mean, he's got all those world records. And yesterday, he completed what he called the Great British Swim. Literally, I mean, went out there at sea and decided to swim around the whole of the UK. So he's been at sea for 157 days inside water. Literally, what he was doing is like, okay, swimming 6 hours and then resting 6 hours and then swimming 6 hours and then resting 6 hours, and he repeated that for 157 days. And this just shows like how much fire the guy got, man. I mean, when I met him at Body Power earlier this year, and then he told me about this plan of swimming across the whole of the UK, I was like, dude, you're nuts. Like, why are you doing that? He's not doing this for fame, okay, because he's already famous. He's got books and all this kind of stuff. He's a pretty successful personal trainer, fitness professional. He's not doing this for money. He's not doing this because he wants record, because he's already got plenty of it. And he's got this quote where he says, be naive enough to start and stubborn enough to finish. And it's something which really like came home to me and many other people online as well. Like, your goals could be as crazy as you want, man. They could be like super crazy. Like, if you tell your mom or your friend about it, they're going to start laughing at you. It's kind of like what it's supposed to be. And they will be crazy, but you've got to be stubborn to get somewhere. And that's what Ross proved. And I want to give him a huge shout out, because I really look up to the guy and the crazy shit he's doing. And I'm like, wow, you know. I mean, swimming for 157 days straight at sea. This is not a swimming pool, man. This is not just like calm water. It's just sea. So just for the kind of things like people do and people are able to do when they put their mind into it, is something which is huge, it's powerful. And if you're listening to this, please find that fire in your belly. Please find it and do something about it. Have something to look up to for the next day. You need to have something like that. Otherwise, what's the reason for living, man? Like, do something about it. And whatever your goal is, like, to start to strategize, have a plan, do something, make a move, you know, have something to look forward to. And things like waking up at 4:30, honestly, it's it's not something special. If that's what needs to be done, you will do it because you got that fire in your belly. Somebody was asking me as well about my story this morning. If I post my when I wake up at 4:30, if I post it just to show off, and I'm like, right, in my social media journey, I've kind of transitioned. Okay, at first I was like, oh yeah, this is bullshit, this is useless. And then I became an avid customer of it. Like I really consumed a lot of social media, and then now I'm moving to the creation side, where I create a lot of content like this, like the Instagram thing, like the podcast and everything. And right now, social media for me is a tool. And when I do those things and I share my story when I wake up at 4:30, it's because I want to share my reality, but it's mostly for me because I want to stay accountable to myself. It feels so damn good when, like, at night when I go to bed and I do my last Instagram check and I look at my story and I see that, you know what, yesterday I got up at 4:30. Yesterday I won the fight of actually managing to get up despite all the odds, despite actually waking up at 3:30, staying up all the way till 4, sleeping from 4 to 4:30, and then actually getting off bed, and then actually going to the gym, and then do whatever needs to be done. That's for me, and that's why I'm my primary reason for posting those things on social media is for me to stay accountable to myself, and that's a big thing. I'm not going to advise you on how to use your social media. I mean, we use it in whatever way we want. In the month of October, I spent 30 days without posting anything on social media. It wasn't really a detox. It was just for me to, like, think strategizing on like business stuff, how I'm going to start creating more content, sharing ideas and things like that. So it's one of those things like you need to think with. I'm using my social media literally to stay accountable to myself. Because I know that when I go back and I look at all those old pictures of myself, and I actually do go back and then look at my old pictures, I'm like, holy shit, what was I doing? And it's kind of like for me to help myself progress in any area of my life. Because I look back at some of the things I used to do in the past and I'm like, what the hell? And even the creative stuff, like the way I edit my content, my videos, all the podcast things I'm doing. I go back and I look back at like maybe a year or two ago, and I'm thinking like, wow, I thought this was the shit. I thought that, you know what, actually I've got this thing, I've got my skills right there, but it's become easy. So that's another piece of advice. I mean, somebody asked me like if I was actually showing off, waking up at 4:30. Dude, I'm not. Like, I don't even know you. Like, why am I going to actually post something just to impress somebody I don't know? And on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, nobody gives a fuck, man. People just scrolling and then just looking through other people's shit because they find it enjoyable, I guess. So when you see me posting at 4:30, if you awake at 4:30 as well, let me know. If you're not, just know that I'm not showing off. I'm literally keeping myself accountable because it feels so damn good when I go to bed and I look at my story. I'm like, you know what? I woke up at 4:30 today. I won the battle. So that feels really good. So we're going to wrap up this show. If this is the first time you're coming across me again, especially on the podcast, hit the subscribe button. Leave me a review. Let me know what you think about it. I've got a couple of guests, I think from, not this week, I think the week after, we're going to have a couple of guests coming on the show. That's going to be interesting, sharing their insight on everything, health, fitness, all this kind of good stuff. So I'm really looking forward to it. So subscribe to the channel so that you get notified when there's a new episode. Tomorrow I'm going to be back. I think tomorrow we're going to be talking about, tomorrow is Tuesday, yeah, it's Trainer Tuesday. We're going to be talking about training tomorrow. So all these kind of things. Be sure to subscribe to the show. And the link should be on Instagram in the bio or in the comments. Facebook is going to be the same. The podcast, it should be in the podcast notes. And once you subscribe and leave a review, I'm going to send you a free Rise journal. This is this. Okay, this is the accountability tool I'm using for myself. Like every single morning I write down my goals, my successes. So I'm going to send you a free journal once